All right, what's good, everyone? What's cracking? What's popping? What's bueno? What's good? So today we're gonna be talking about Destiny and pretty much the gaming community, like right now, like the gaming community at the state we're all in right now. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Now just to let you guys know right off the bat, this is obviously beta footage. Obviously, you see the beta build because I don't have the full retail game. I didn't make the decision to purchase it because honestly, I feel like this game isn't worth $60 right now. I feel it'll be good to get when it's cheaper. 40 the most is I'll pay 40 the most for this game, but I recommend like 30. But yeah, that this is the beta footage, of course. This ain't the retail version. So Destiny from almost everyone. You've pretty much heard Destiny from almost everyone. Their opinion is that this game is a quote unquote flop. Now, let's see let's look at now. Let's see this game how it was. Like the reception. So the alpha came out. Everyone's like, "Oh, this game's good. This game's good." And then the beta came out. Everyone's like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 Destiny. All right, man. All right." And then so I think having an alpha, and honestly, I kind of think alpha was pointless. I know it was just a thing so that the people can play Destiny for once, and it was a cool thing to do. I'm not saying they should have had it, but I mean it kind of was pointless. Besides the fact that you want to have the fans play it, but because pretty much I'm pretty sure not anything changed when it went from alpha to beta. But anyway, and they're only like a month apart too. So now we get into the beta. Now the beta was good and it was fun. Honestly, I thought it was well balanced out. Campaign was okay. I knew it was just a pre. I was kind of surprised they threw that in there. I thought they would just put normal cooperative missions, but they didn't. But I guess that's just what they decided to do. So yeah, and then we get to the full retail game. September 9th. It was basically a little over 2 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago. And yeah, this game didn't get all that critical acclaim that we all thought it was going to get. Now, that's where this game's problem comes in. I mean, Bungie, the stakes are high mainly because Bungie is known for developing Halo, and Halo was a franchise that like pretty much revolutionized shooters for the decade. Pretty much, it set the standard, and a lot of games all built off of that. It was a huge influence. Great game. If you ask me, Halo 1, 2, and 3, great. 4, irrelevant. ODST wasn't that bad, in my opinion. It wasn't that bad of a game. I think people were hating too much on it. But that's personal opinion. You're entitled to your own opinion, of course. And Halo Reach was it was a good game. Some people hated it though. I don't get why. Because if you compare that multiplayer to Halo 4's multiplayer, gosh, you really think Halo Reach is that bad of a game? Anyway, this isn't about Halo. It's about Destiny. But that's Bungie's history, pretty much, like recently in like the past decade. And so they kind of had that. We kind of had those expectations for Destiny. Like they wanted this to be so revolutionary. They were like, "Oh man, this is the reason to get a next gen console," and like getting all hyped, getting all crazy. They're like, "Oh man, Destiny." They're like, "Every other game irrelevant," and I'm like, "Yeah." After playing that beta, I was like, I don't know what you guys think is so revolutionary about this game. I mean, because in my opinion, I mean, the beta it was fun. Destiny is a fun game, but when the full retail version, the content that it comes with, I don't think it's worth $60. $40 the most, but not 60. I mean, because for I think one of the biggest cons that we can all agree on is that single player campaign. Well, not even it's not even a single player campaign. It's a pretty much a campaign because you obviously can play it single player, solo, or cooperative, and man, you, it doesn't have a story. I mean, like when Destiny was like still like when we haven't seen too much of it, like back in like 2013, like E3 2013, when we were getting trailers and stuff and saw gameplay for the first time, we're like, oh okay, we're like this game looks like it can have a good plot because they were showing that big white planet. I don't even know the name of it. It's called the Traveler or something. And like we're like, okay, this could have a good story. And we're like, but we know Bungie can make good stories because they did that with Halo, and you can count Marathon if you want. And yeah, and we were all like, oh okay, all right, it's something to look forward to when this game comes out. But then the game comes out, we don't know what the heck is going on. And even in the beta too, like the beta, I cut it some slack because it's a beta, and I know they're just testing it. So I was like, okay, don't need to go too crazy over the story and all. And then full retail games out. I'm like, oh wow, I wonder what happened to the story. Looks like pure garbage. I mean, it looks like trash. Like what the heck? What the heck? There is not one memorable character. If you were to think of the characters from Destiny, this is what it would sound like. Oh, yeah, Peter Dinklage. Yeah, he's like that little guy that follows you. I don't know his name, but yeah, it's Peter Dinklage. And then probably be like for the other irrelevant characters, but that are somehow relevant to the gameplay because of the tower feature for like your skills and your weapons and armor and all that good stuff. It's like, oh yeah, the white skin hooded guy. Oh yeah, the light blue skin red hooded guy. Like what the heck, man? It's kind of like what the heck, pretty much. That's it's the only set of words I have right now, for lack of better terms. What the heck? But yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, this game isn't worth a purchase because the campaign isn't proper. It's decent, but it's like a it just looks like a shoot 'em up, 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 shoot 'em up. The bosses get recycled, and the last level does not feel like a last level whatsoever, and the last cutscene was garbage. So, that's the campaign. It's pretty much irrelevant. You just play it pretty much to get certain sets of armor, I think. Obviously, it helps you rank up and all that good stuff. So, now we can talk about the multiplayer, the PvP, the Crucible. When I played it in the beta, I was like, it's pretty fun. Like when I first played it, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty addicting. I kept playing match after match after match after match after match because I mean this multiplayer is easy. I mean, it really doesn't take too much skill. It's like any other first person shooter. You just need to have good reflexes pretty much, and you're as long as you know what you're doing, you'll be a beast. Hopefully, it depends on your playing, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much Destiny multiplayer, and then it was balanced out well in the beta. I'm sure it was in the alpha too, and then so the full retail game comes out, and all of a sudden you have a lot of people complaining, and it's like what it's like, man, like I knew this was gonna happen once the full retail version comes out because in the beta I saw a lot of things you couldn't unlock because obviously uh you couldn't unlock them in the beta. But looking at the stats and looking at how much higher the damage goes, it's like okay, there might be some complaining, so there's no surprise there. And the one thing that gets me really mad about the gaming community, which applies to this game too, and other many other multiplayer games, it's been going on for a while now. Like the past few years, it's been going on. It's just been going on for a while. But basically, like it's like we can't have any more one hit kill weapons. You get a headshot with the sniper, everyone's gonna complain about it, and the next thing you know, we have a patch. And it's gonna take 2 shots now to get a headshot with the sniper. It's like what the heck? Like And then people complain about that too. So it's like, what the heck? Like, what the freak do you want? What the freak do you want? And it's the same thing with the shotguns too. Like, there's some games where it takes 2 shots to get somebody down. Like, I know with the shorty in The Last of Us, I know for a fact that they thought it was gonna be OP if they left it as like 1 shot. So they made you take 2 shots with it, despite it being a 12 gauge shotgun, which is basically the same as the purchasable shotgun in that game. But we can talk about that at another time. So yeah, it's complaints like that. Obviously, the power ups for like the Warlock and the Titan are garbage, so that causes a lot of complaints too. But I mean, it's just that I don't know if it's just there's so many scrubs playing, which there is, that they're just complaining and they want it to be better for them. I even I don't get it, but I mean this is basically what like went wrong. Like Bungie did not have a proper campaign. The multiplayer they think they could have balanced it out a little better, and the repetitiveness of the missions and even the extra stuff they're adding, like Queen's Wrath and stuff. I hear that stuff's all the same, and then you got people complaining about the looting. I truly do not know if it is a messed up system or it is just that everyone is impatient. I don't know which one it is, but that's pretty much why Destiny quote unquote flopped. But I mean, I might get this game in the future still. I don't know. We'll see if it gets better. But that pretty much concludes the video. There might have been some stuff I left out, so yeah. So I'll probably make another video soon. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.